Angelica Patton, Dr. Patton here at Alpha Sports. I am a chiropractor here. I went to A&M for my undergrad, went to Parker for my Doctorate of Chiropractic, and Dr. Ben basically begged me to come back, so here we are. I didn't really grow up an athlete, but once I stepped into this space in high school, I joined powerlifting and I tried cross country, but I didn't do super great at it. But it's okay because I got really involved getting my feet wet there. I got really involved whenever I started college. I started as a group fitness instructor, which led to me kind of yearning for more, and I got my L1 for CrossFit. So joining CrossFit and being a part of that world has really changed my life and my perspective on athletics. It has shown me what is possible and what people are capable of, and that's the biggest thing that I want to show my patients in return. I chose chiropractic of all the professions that you could be when you grow up because I believe more than not we are a practice what you preach culture. It is something that is really important to me to never just command people to do things I would never do. So it's something that I believe I was taught in school and something we embody here at Alpha is to always hold yourself to the same standard that you would hold anyone else to. And so whenever I work on patients or when I give exercises or whenever I tell them they must be doing XYZ homework, it's because I know I do the same thing too. Every person that I see is an athlete. That includes everybody. I do feel like I lean more towards the CrossFit world simply because I understand it the most, but I am never opposed to working through or figuring out another pattern that is required of your sport specific or your job specific activity. I love my group of 65 plus because they're here because they care and they're willing to work hard. But then that leaves a pretty big gap, right? Like these young whippersnappers and then these people that are just trying to get through the day and make sure they can comb their hair and lift what they need to. And in between there is that transitionary phase, and I see plenty of people in that phase, whether it be pregnant mamas or women that just had babies or dads that they just want to keep up with their 7-year-old. And everybody has a place and a opportunity to gain something from every visit simply because I don't need you to meet me where I am, I'm willing to meet you where you are. So whenever you come into Alpha and you have a wonderful appointment with me, we will go through if there is pain, if there's not pain, and then from there I'll take you through more of a functional movement screen. So I want to know, how are you doing what you do daily and why is that causing you pain? So more than not, sometimes we end up with more questions than we do a lot of answers, but it's my job to get to the why of things. So the functional movement screen will kind of go through, can you squat, can you go overhead, what can you do, what can you not do? And then from there, we'll do some exercises, I'll do soft tissue, whatever order needs to come first, and I'll always finish with an adjustment because I believe that our spine is the core of who we are and it's going to affect our whole body. So making sure that that's moving well, making sure that you feel well in that area and there's proper movement is what I want for every one of my patients. For our visit, if you have a true issue that we're working on, I really do try to get people better out of pain, and maybe for visits we normally discuss the differences or if things come up or if it's just honestly not available or opportunistic for that person. From there, if you are very athletic and you are trying to compete and you're really pushing yourself, I kind of maybe go into more of a maintenance phase, we'll call it, where maybe every 6 weeks might work for someone, maybe every 8 weeks might work for someone. It's always tuned and adjusted for you. If there's not really a problem and you still come into Alpha, we will always gain something from each visit. I get to learn more about your body, you get to learn what works for you, and more times than not you become more aware of a pattern, a movement, anything else that might be triggering pain, might feel different, might feel weak or something like that. So we can always address things like that. But normally I try to just see people for a specific period of time that we discuss, and then we move to fit what's best for you. I think chiropractic has a pretty bad rep for you need to come in 3 times a week for the next 900 years of your life, and that's not who we want to be. At the end of the day, my biggest concern is that you feel like you have tools and education and empowerment to utilize everything that we do in here to complement the life that you want to live outside, whether it be lifting for fun, lifting competitively, or lifting your child or your grandchild. Something needs to translate, and I want you to be able to take that away from every visit.